श्रीगणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्रीसरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्त वेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यत् इति मे निश्चिता मतिः। In last class we saw the summary of first chapter. In first chapter, Anubandha Chatushtaya in general sense it was explained. What is Anubandha Chatushtaya? Adhikari Vishaya Sambandha Prayojana. And what was concluded in the first chapter? In the first chapter it was conclusively said that to gain moksha, what is moksha? Moksha is Ajnana Nivrutti. Ajnana, ignorance. The ignorance of our own true nature. Removal of that ignorance, removing that ignorance along with its effect. And gaining of happiness is moksha. And who gains that moksha? The one who is sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikari. Now on this idea, this concept, an objection is being raised. In general sense, the idea of objection is the adhikari, the person that you are talking about, that person itself is not available in this world. There is no one who is an adhikari as the way you have explained. And to add to it, nobody desires to remove ignorance along with its effect. And nobody can desire to gain something which he does not know. In basic sense, what is the objection raised? Adhikari, the way you have explained, does not exist. The definition that you have given is not possible for any person. Moksha, the way you have defined, that itself does not exist. Why? Because nobody desires to remove ignorance along with its effect, and nobody can desire something which he does not know. If you say the person is ignorant, that means he does not know Brahman, then how can he desire for Brahman as in means of gaining happiness? Let's see in detail what the objection is. संस्कृत विचार सागरे अनुबंधानां विशेषतः निरूपणं नाम द्वितीयः तरंगः. We had seen, but let's see again. This is the second chapter, द्वितीयः तरंगः. What this chapter is all about? This chapter is all about विशेषतः निरूपणं, explaining in detail. What is being explained? अनुबंध चतुष्टय, विशेषतः निरूपणं. There अधिकारी विषयाक्षेपाः पूर्वतरंगे अनुबंधजातं संक्षेपतः उक्तम्. Earlier it was explained very much in short, not much in detail. But in this second chapter, द्वितीय तरंगे, तद विस्तरतः प्रतिपाद्यते, that will now be explained in detail. There the author, you can say author himself is raising question, or he is restating the questions that were raised in front of him. अधिकारी विषयाक्षेपाः. First objection is being raised about the adhikari that you have explained. Why? Because you ended with that adhikari, that mumukshu will gain jnana. So, what is now said? Dukkha nivruttau akshepaha. How beautifully the objection is being raised, that also should be learned here. Dukkha nivruttau akshepaha. First objection is raised on the clause that you mentioned, or the part of that definition. What is atyantika dukkha nivrutti? Removal of sorrow. How are you going to remove sorrow? By removing ignorance along with its effect. साधन चतुष्टय संपन्नः अधिकारी इति पूर्वं प्रत्यपादि. You said sadhana chatushtai sampanna, the one who is endowed with sadhana chatushtai sampatti, fourfold qualification, is the well qualified person. Teshu sadhaneshu mumukshata namaika. In all those sadhanas, in all those means, there was one means that you explained, that you told, was called as mumuksha, desire for liberation, intense desire for liberation. Sacha sadhaneshu uttama, sadhaneshu uttama. And that was the highest, highermost, or most required thing in all those means. Mumukshuta nama tivratara mokshecha. And what is mumukshuta? Mumukshuta is tivratara mokshecha, intense desire for liberation. Mokshascha sopadana karana jagan nivrutti upalakshita nivruttipalakshita. That which was upalakshita, indicated by sopadana karana jagan nivrutti. Upadana karana, material cause. Removal of effect along with its material cause, and removal of ignorance along with its effect, and brahmavaptihi iti uchyate, gaining of Brahman, gaining of happiness. Here, in all these your teachings, all your definitions or ideas, I have a doubt. Atra moksha lakshana ghataka visheshana रूप प्रथमांशे सोपादान कारण जगन निवृत्ति सोपादान कारण जगन निवृत्तौ पूर्व पक्षी शंकते. In all this concept and idea, moksha lakshana ghataka, moksha liberation, lakshana those which are the indicators of moksha, ghataka a part, that which was a part of the definition of liberation. Which part? Visheshana Rupa Prathamansha. That which was a Visheshana, an adjective clause, and which was the first part of that definition. What was that first part? Sopadana Karana Jagan Nivrutti. In that first part, Sopadana Karana Jagan Nivruttau, the part which said Sopadana, removal of effect along with its cause. Jagat Nivrutti, removal of effect, that is this Jagat, along with its cause, ignorance. In this, objection is now being raised. What is that objection? Let's see. Mula vidyaya sah jagannasham na kopi vanchati. Mula vidyaya sah, Mula vidya. There is this concept and idea in Advaita Vedanta as Mula vidya and Tula vidya. Further it will be explained, let's not go into the details, but Mula vidya, Mula, the root ignorance, the nescient, as it has been said, the basic ignorance. In other terms, ignorance of my own swarupa, my own true nature. That is Mula Vidya. That Mula Vidya, Saha, along with that ignorance, Jagannasham, Nasha, the destruction of this entire creation. Nakopi vanchati, nobody desires that. Tapatrayancha, but what do they desire? Tapatrayancha, the destruction of Tapatraya. Kintu viveki tapatraya nivrutti matram vanchati. All those who are viveki, wise people, with sane mind, what do they desire? Removal of three types of afflictions. What are tapatraya? Adhyatmikam, adhibhautikam, adhidaivikancha iti. Adhyatmika, adhibhautika and adhidaivika. Tatra, in that, sharire, ज्वरादि रोग क्षुत्पिपासादिजन्यम दुःखम आध्यात्मिकम. In that, all those afflictions which affect our body in form of jvara, diseases, the temperature, roga, disease, kshut, hunger, pipasa, thirst, dukkha, the sorrows or the afflictions caused by diseases, hunger, thirst, etc. All these are adhyatmika. Why adhyatmika? He will explain later. Chora vyaghra sarpadijanyam dukkham adhibhautikam. Chora vyaghra sarpa. Chora, thief. Vyaghra, animal, wild animal. Sarpa, the reptiles. The afflictions caused by all these animals, the sorrow is adhi bhautika. And yaksha, rakshasa, preta, pishacha, grahadi janyam. Yaksha, rakshasa, pishacha, different types of embodiments. Yaksha is a higher embodiment, rakshasa is in a way lower embodiment, pishacha is lower embodiment, etc. Pishacha, in other terms, ghosts, etc. The afflictions caused by all these, or graha, etc. Shita vata tapa, shita vata atapadijanyam. Shita vata, cold weather, atapa, hot weather, intense summer, intense winter. The dukkha, afflictions caused by all these, is adhidaivika. Etat trivida dukkha nivrutti eva sarvaihi prarthyate. Removal of afflictions caused by all these three sources, adhyatmika, adhibhautika, adhidaivika, that alone is desired by everyone, nothing else. न दुःखादन्यस्य कस्यचिदपि निवृत्तिः विवेकिभिः प्रार्थ्यते. न दुःखाद अन्यस्य कस्यचिदपि, any sorrow or affliction other than these, nobody desires to remove that. No other sorrow or no other affliction is desired to be removed. Tasmat, therefore, मूला विद्या सहित जगन निवृत्तौ न कस्यपि इच्छा जायते इति. Therefore, there is no one who desires to remove ignorance along with its effect, that is creation. In short, everybody suffers from adhibhautika dukkha, adhyatmika dukkha or adhidaivika dukkha. Therefore, everybody desires to remove sorrows gained or experienced from these sources, and they will desire to remove those sorrows. No other sorrow is desired to be removed. Therefore, nobody desires to remove ignorance along with its effect, that is this creation. Further, he adds more. Now you will say, I know what you are going to say. What will I say? The questioner says, I know what you are going to say, but don't think that way. What is it? न च सर्वेषां निःशेष सकल दुःख निबर्हणेच्छा विद्यते समूला ज्ञान जगन्निवृत्तिमन्तरा न निःशेष दुःखोच्छेदः संभवति इत्यतः निःशेष दुःख निवृत्त्यन्यथाप्नुपपत्या समूला ज्ञान जगन्निवृत्तिः अर्थादाक्षिप्यत इति वाच्यम्. That न, take that in the end. न वाच्यम्. सर्वेषां निःशेष सकल दुःख निबर्हणेच्छा विद्यते. Now you will say, so he is putting in front of us our own standpoint. What we may say, he says, you will say, at least everybody desires to remove sorrows completely. Nishesha sakala dukkha nibarhanecha vidyate. Everybody desires to remove sorrows completely. Accepted? Yes, accepted. Samula jagad ajnana. Samula ajnana. The root ignorance. The ignorance. Jagan nivrutti. Removal of its effects. So, destruction of creation along with its cause, that is ignorance. Antara. Without removal of ignorance and its effect, the creation, na dukkhochhedah sambhavati. Dukkha uchhedah. Destruction of sorrow is not possible. Ityataha. Therefore, nishesha dukkha nivrutti anyatha upapatya. Without the destruction of sorrows in its entirety, samula jnana jagan nivrutti arthat akshipyate iti vachyam. So, for removing all the sorrows, you need to remove ignorance along with its effect. If you say so, na vachyam, don't say it that way. This is Purvapaksha. And Purvapaksha explains why should we not say in this way. He says, Artanam dhanvantaryadi krutayurvedokta भैषज्य सेवनात् ज्वरादि रोग हेतुक दुःख क्षय दर्शनात्. Artanam, those who are suffering from diseases etc., for them, will you prescribe medicine or will you say remove ignorance along with its effect? What is he going to do? The one who is suffering from any disease or any sorrow, Artanam, Dhanvantaryadikruta, Dhanvantari, the propounder of Ayurveda, Dhanvantaryadikruta Ayurvedokta Bhaishajya Sevanat. The medicines which have been given and explained in Ayurveda, he will take those medicines. And by taking those medicines, Jwaradi Roga Hetuka Dukkha Kshaya. Any affliction that has been caused by disease etc., that will be removed. भोजनेन क्षुज्जन्य दुःख निवृत्तेः सर्वानुभव सिद्धत्वाच्च. Anybody who is suffering from hunger and thirst, he will eat something, he will drink water. And by eating and by drinking water, that sorrow is going to go away. Itthamev tattat pratikarena tattat dukkha nivrutti sambhave. So all those sorrows can be removed by giving appropriate reaction, by appropriate methods, by appropriate solutions. So tattat dukkha, that particular sorrow can be removed by those particular solutions, and by using those solutions, if those sorrows can be removed, why do you need to remove this entire creation, destroy entire creation along with its cause, that is avidya? Why go to that way? It is easy. Take medicine, be happy. संभावित नापेक्षते दुःख निवृत्त्यर्थम समूला ज्ञान जगन निवृत्ति. Therefore, what you say? To remove this sorrow, you have to destroy this entire creation along with its cause, that is ignorance, avidya. किसने कहा है? Why do you need to do that? It is not expected at all. It is not desired at all. तस्मात् मोक्ष लक्षण घटक समूला ज्ञान जगन निवृत्ति रूपे विशेषणांशे न कस्यपि इच्छा जायते. In conclusion, therefore, moksha lakshana ghataka, that part of the definition of moksha, that is the moksha, the desire for liberation, or moksha. What was that? Atyantika dukkha nivrutti, in other words, removal of ignorance along with its effect. Nobody desires to remove ignorance along with its effect, and that's for sure. Let's see in our own idea and terms, how is this important to us, or how is it relevant to us. Let's say, because of certain reasons, I have a headache. Now, when I have a headache, what is my first reaction? My first reaction is to take crocin, drink lot of water, and take good amount of sleep. By doing all these methods, I am going to remove my headache. I am going to reduce it one way or the other. Now, did I desire, even though being a student of Vedanta, did I desire there to remove ignorance along with its effect? No. If such is the case even with us, now I am going to come to the fallacy in this argument later. Of course, author is going to come to that later also. But in general sense, everybody desires to remove sorrow at the stage where they are experiencing. And if such is the case, the question raised by Purva Pakshi, the opponent, is exactly perfect. It's right, appropriate. Go around in the world and ask them what do they desire. And everybody will say they are trying to gain something by means of which the sorrow which is experienced by them at that particular moment will be removed. If you go to a person who is suffering from diabetes or who is suffering from cancer, he says, I want to go through this chemotherapy with less pain, as much less pain as possible. Will he not? If somebody who does not have enough money and who wants to earn more money, he say, I want to earn more and more money, as much money as possible, whatever it may take. Even if it takes me 14 hours working hours a day, I am ready to do that. I will work for 14 hours a day, but I will earn more money. Do they not do these? Do they not go for all these solutions? They do. Then show me one person who desires to remove ignorance along with its effect. Nobody desires. Therefore, this idea of desiring removal of ignorance along with its effect is not possible at all. And if it is not possible, it cannot be part of the definition. Further, now he adds. He says, what was the second part of your definition? Sukha prapti. The person is trying to gain happiness. There is problem with that definition also. What is the problem? He says, moksha lakshana ghataka visheshanshe. that which was the Visheshya, the main part of that definition. Brahmavapti rupe, knowing Brahman, avapti, gaining of Brahman. In that also api, न कस्यापि इच्छा जायते, कस्यापि इच्छा न जायते, nobody desires that also. What do you mean nobody desires that? तथा हि यदेव वस्तु प्रागनुभूतं तज्जातीय वस्त्वन्तरस्यैव सुख साधनत्वेन संप्राप्तौ इच्छा सर्वेषां जायते. यदेव वस्तु प्राग अनुभूतम, that which has been prag anubhutam, experienced earlier, that which has been experienced earlier, tajjatiya vastvantarasya, objects or things which are similar to that, in those alone sukha sadhanatvena sampraptau ichha sarvesham jayate. For gaining happiness, objects similar to those which were experienced earlier will be desired. And how will they be desired? As means of gaining, experiencing happiness. Simple example. If you have eaten vanilla flavored ice cream, then you will desire for, and you know now there are different flavors of ice cream. Earlier you were not aware, now you are aware. Then you will desire for different flavored ice cream to see that if you experience better happiness in other flavors, with other flavors. Is it not? If you have not eaten ice cream at all, if you are not aware of that ice cream, this concept or this idea itself, you are not going to desire for that. And this is accepted doctrine. We desire only that thing which we know about. Na ananubhuta sampraptau ichha sarvesham jayate. Nobody desires for those which has not been experienced. Yatha deshantareshu vidyamaneshu atyadbhuteshu api anirjnateshu padartheshu tatprapti ichha na kasyapi jayate eva. Yatha, just as deshantareshu, in some other place, in some other country, in some other part of the world, vidyamaneshu, that which is existing, atyadbhuteshu api anirjnateshu, there is something which is very much excellent, amazing thing. Even though it exists, if I am not aware, if I don't know that thing, anirjnateshu padartheshu, anirjnata padartha which is not known, a thing which is not known, in that tat prapti ichha, the desire of gaining that object, na kasyapi jayate, nobody desires. Recently somewhere I heard, and I experienced that because this is very much relatable. There is something called as chocolate cake shake, and the person explained that literally they take chocolate cake, they put that in a blender, they blend it and make it into a shake, make it into a smoothie. Now, till the moment we were not aware, we never desired for that thing. Is it not? Taking this argument, the opponent goes further and says, Tadvadeva atrapi mumukshoho adhikarinaha prang na brahma visheka jnanamasti. तस्य मुक्तत्वात्. यस्य तु ब्रह्मज्ञानमस्ति स नाधिकारी तस्य मुक्तत्वात्. You said, who is the qualified person for gaining Brahmajnana? The one who is sadhana chatushtaya sampanna and the one who is mumukshu. That means that person does not know Brahman. Yes. The person who knows Brahman is Jivan Mukta. Yes. So, the person who does not know Brahman, how can he desire for Brahman and gaining of happiness? Because he cannot desire something which he does not know. And if you say, no, he knows Brahman, then he is not an adhikari. Because he is already liberated. How can he be adhikari? The one who knows Brahman, how can that person be adhikari? Tasya muktatvat. So, if you say he knows Brahman, then he is mukta, he is not adhikari. And if you say he is adhikari and does not know Brahman, then that which is not known cannot be desired. So, the desire for gaining Brahman does not exist. So, the second part of your definition of liberation, moksha, is false, is wrong. मुक्तस्य च मुमुक्षा अनुपपत्तेः अधिकारी अभावः. The one who is liberated, mumuksha anupapattehe, he will not desire for liberation itself. So mumuksha gone, a part of definition of adhikari gone, he is not an adhikari, adhikari abhavaha. Ataha vedanta shravanat purvam anirjnatasya brahmanaha avapti ichha kasyapi na unmishatyeva. I know what you are going to say, but when he comes to Vedanta, will he not desire for Brahman? But what I am trying to say is, Vedanta Shravanat Purvam, even before coming to Vedanta, before starting the study of Vedanta, Vedanta Shravanat Purvam, Anirjnatasya Brahmanaha, that Brahman which was not known, na kasyapi, अनिर्ज्ञातस्य ब्रह्मणः अवाप्तिच्छा कस्यापि न उन्मिषत्येव. Nobody will desire to gain that Brahman. Itham, in this way, samula jnana jagan nivrutyatmake. Samula ajnana jagan nivrutti atmaka. तदुपलक्षित ब्रह्मावाप्ति रूपे च मोक्षे न जायते वैच्छा न जायते एव जायेत एव इच्छा कस्यचिदपि. तस्मात् अविकारी मुमुक्षुः न कोऽपि सिद्ध्यति. He concludes, therefore, in moksha, as you have defined, removal of ignorance along with its effect, samula ajnana jagan nivrutti atmaka, moksha. This was one part. Other part was tadupalakshita brahmavapti rupe, gaining of Brahman. All these two parts of your definition being wrong, there is no adhikari, mumuksha is false, and therefore avikari mumukshuhu na kopi siddhyati. There is no adhikari, no mumukshu, it is concluded. This now is explained in different words, and the opponent's portion is now being concluded. Where is he coming to? What is his exact point? Adhikari abhavam prakarantarena pratipadayati. The fallacy in the definition of an adhikari, what he is trying to say, adhikari does not exist. For that, different words or different explanation is being given. Sarvopi Vishaya Sukham eva vanchati. Everybody desires for Vishaya Sukha. happiness gained from objects, vishaya, objects of desire. तपस्विनः अपि पारलौकिक भोगाभिलाषेण एव ऐहिकान् भोगान् परित्यज्य अनेकविध क्लेशान् सहते. Even a yogi, even a tapasvi, you may say, don't you see all those Rishimuni, all those great sages, tapasvi, who have given up these Vaishayika Sukha? Accepted. They have given these desires. Why? So that they can gain higher desires in Swargadika Loka, etc. तथा च ऐहिकेभ्यो वा तपस्विनः अपि पारलौकिक, पारलौकिक परलोक. Therefore, तथा च ऐहिकेभ्यः वा आमुष्मिकेभ्यः वा विषयसुखेभ्यः एव सर्वे स्पृहयन्ति. So everybody is satiated and becomes happy only when he desires or he gains his desired object. May those objects be from this world or the other world. There is no other way to satiate their desires and make them happy. Naivedamasti Vishaya Sukham Mokshe. And this Vishaya Sukha is not there in liberation. Is it not? Yes, in Moksha there is no Vishaya Sukha. Tataha na kopi moksha sadhanam icchet. Then how can you say somebody will desire for moksha? Everybody desires for Vishaya Sukha. If this Vishaya Sukha is not in moksha, nobody desires for moksha. Tatasya mokshecha rupa moksha na kasyapi siddhyet. So, desire, ichha, in form of moksha, na kasyapi siddhyet. The desire in form of gaining liberation, being liberated, is not possible for anyone. Nobody desires that. Kincha brahmadi stambantasya lokasya vishaya sukhasha pasha parvashikrita chittatvat vairagya upashama uparama shamadamadi sadhanam na kasyapi siddhyet. And kincha brahmadi stambantasya, starting from Brahma, Brahma here Chaturmukha Brahma, starting from Brahma, stamba, stamba, a snail or smallest animal, any smallest animal, starting from Brahma to lowermost species of an animal. Lokasya, everyone who falls into all these categories. Vishaya Sukha Asha, Asha, the desire for Vishaya Sukha. This Asha, Pasha, Pasha, the bondage created by the desires for Vishaya Sukha. And what is this bondage? Paravashikrita chittatvat. That chitta, their mind is in all those vishayas. It is paravasha, not atmavasha. It is not independent. It is dependent on those vishayas. It has surrendered to those vishayas. Paravashikrita chittatvat. This being the case, vairagya, uparama, vairagya, that not desiring vishayas. Uparama, withdrawing mind from vishayas. Shama, control over mind. Dama, control over senses. All these sadhanam, all these means, all these qualities, na kasyapi siddhet, cannot be seen in any one person. So now he is coming to our Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti. That itself cannot be seen in any person. Tasmat sadhana chatushtaya sampanna संपन्नस्य अधिकारिणः अभावात्. Therefore, साधन चतुष्टय संपन्नस्य अधिकारिणः अभावात्. In the absence of sadhana चतुष्टय संपन्न अधिकारी, विफलः अयं ग्रंथः, विफलोऽयं ग्रंथः. This text is viphala, futile, purposeless, useless. What has he said? Let's just go through. Samadhana, the answer we will see next time. First, he comes to our definition of moksha, that is removal of effect along with its cause, that is ignorance. The second part of moksha is gaining of Brahman. He says, in first part that you have said, for removal of sorrow, what is required is removal of ignorance along with its effect. I have problem with this idea. It is not possible. Why is it not possible? Everybody tries to remove sorrows which come from three different sources. What are these three sources? Adhidaivika, Adhyatmika, Adhibhautika. All those afflictions are tried to be removed not by removing ignorance along with its effect, but the solutions for those particular sorrows. If somebody is hungry, he will eat food. If somebody is thirsty, he will drink water. If somebody is afflicted with diseases, if somebody is ill, he will take medicine. So nobody desires to remove ignorance along with its effect, to remove sorrows gained from these three sources. Therefore, the first part of definition is wrong, because nobody desires to remove sorrow along with its effect. So that desire itself is not there. Your definition of moksha, desire for liberation, cannot be there. The other part, the second part of your definition, gaining of Brahman, also not possible. Why? Something can be desired to be gained if it is known and it has been experienced earlier. Is it not? Yes. Have you experienced Brahman? No. Then an adhikari, a desire, mumukshu, the one who desires liberation, if he has not experienced Brahman, he will not desire for gaining Brahman. And if he has experienced Brahman, he is mukta, he will not desire. He is mukta, he cannot be adhikari. And not just this, don't say I have found fallacies in only one part of definition of adhikari, that is mumuksha, desire for liberation. What was the other part? Shama, Dama, Vairagya, etc. How can you see Shama, Dama, Vairagya, etc. in those people who have given up their mind, who have surrendered their mind to Vishayas? You may say not everybody desires for Vishayas in this world. Accepted. There are tapasvi, etc. who do not desire anything from this world. Why? Because they desire to gain something later, that is Swargadika Loka. So, the adhikari who is sadhana chatushtaya sampanna itself is not there. Okay, then what should I do? If there is no sadhana chatushtaya sampanna adhikari, the book for whom you are writing this book, if he himself is not there, stop writing this book, pack your bags and go. For which now the answer will be given. The answer is very much simple. In answer he is going to use the terms which have been used in the argument itself, and he is going to answer. And why is it important? Because these are the questions which we are going to ask ourselves in our day-to-day lives. While concluding, just a point to reflect throughout week. Is it not this condition for us applicable? Have we not surrendered our mind to Vishayas? Do we not desire for Vishayas more than we desire for Brahman? Do we not desire to remove afflictions more than removing ignorance along with its effect? Yes, but that does not mean the removal of ignorance along with its effect does not exist. That does not mean desire for Brahman does not exist. Why? What is the fallacy in the question? That we will see next time. Om Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya. Om samastaloka sukhino bhavantu. Samastaloka sukhino bhavantu. Samastaloka sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.